Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Doug.
And I'm Pat.
Today we are revisiting show 2 of one of our favorite pickups, the P90, which let's not get into what P90 stands for. I think we ran into a wall there. I think you started making stuff up.
I didn't. I told the truth, and I'm not going to repeat myself.
Okay, we'll go like that. But these are little roaring tone machines, and we get some sample pickups from people well-known and some people not well-known. So it's an opportunity for people to get in the pool, as we say, on getting their stuff out there. Are there options for you guys as players? That's what we're here to do. We're going to show these pickups off in a sample guitar, and we're going to base the sounds on this guitar. This is a 1956 Les Paul Special. We don't have any standards that we're willing to pull the pickups out, old ones.
Not yet.
Not yet. And so we're going to use a Les Paul Special with P90s in it. And the one that we're going to compare the pickups in is going to be this one over here. What do you know about this guitar besides nothing?
Not a whole lot. It's a 95 Les Paul Special. Obviously, it's red.
It is. It's beautiful.
And it's got a nice chunk of mahogany wood.
Really nice.
You know, no Onamac bridge.
Yep, it's got the original spec on it. It's got a decent sized neck on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to move the pickups in and out of this guitar, and we'll have this guitar in here. We're also going to have a little special thing, which at the end we're going to have a Melody Maker, because people have asked us about Melody Makers. Yeah, they don't have P90s. It's the other Gibson guitar that they made that is a single coil guitar. So we'll have that on there too. Hey, you want to know what's fun being in the Doug and Pat show? Besides hanging out and drinking tea, traveling around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt that I got from my latest travels in New Mexico. Went to Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and there was a guy in Santa Fe who is trying to do a clone of the Vox AC10 Super Reverb Twin. Mm-hmm. So much so that he sent us one to check out, and we were involved in that. And I said, hey, I'm going to be in Santa Fe in a little bit. And so I met up with him. His name is Casey Mickelson, and he owns a really cool coffee shop called the Downtown Subscription. I got a free t-shirt out of it.
So if I go down there next month and stop in, I'll get a free t-shirt?
Yes.
You're sure?
I am. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Casey?
I'm pretty darn sure.
You heard it, Casey.
Yeah, he'll be there. Another fun thing they have, besides Casey and Downtown Subscription, is a really cool place called Meow Wolf. Look it up. If you're ever in Santa Fe, you need to go there. So that's pretty cool.
Well, they're coming to town.
I know.
He can wait. He can wait.
He's going to have to wait. We've had our hearts broken a little bit by this man named Billy G a few times. And frankly, Billy, we're getting a little sick of it.
Yeah.
So pull it together. But what we want to do is let's get on with the P90 show.
Okay.
Let's go on and play some rigs.
What do you know about P90s, though?
Good.
Now, who did? Was that Seth Lover? Was that Orville?
Wasn't Orville. He was dead. Might have been Seth, because he was so involved with doing the pickup design back from the late 40s. We covered some of this, I think, in the first show, but we can't really remember. It's a single coil of wire, 2 magnets in it. So unlike one magnet in the humbucking, because it is a single coil pickup, it can be noisy if you can pick up noise things. I've never really had a problem playing live with my Special, as far as the noise goes. If you just sit there and it's totally quiet, like someone's trying to talk, like in our band, and someone has their guitar all the way up, like him, and it's buzzing like crazy, see, you just turn the guitar down. That would be something that you could even practice it at home sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
I had no idea.
Yeah. What else do you know about them?
Well, I think in a lot of the demos, they sound a lot like humbucking pickups, a lot like PAFs.
Not like PAFs, they
That's right.
do.
And why is that? Huh?
This is conversational.
Yeah.
You can't hold me to this. Here's what I think.
Okay.
I think that the PAF, because it has two coils, the design of the pickup was that the coils are supposed to be the same, perfectly balanced. That would be a true humbucking situation. That did not happen. The coils were not balanced. The coils are wound with different turns of wire. The pattern is different because people who remake these pickups, like ThroBak, they have pictures of them. So the humbucking pickup that's known as the PAF is really a crudely made humbucking pickup that captures some of the overtone series.
Okay.
I'm going to run that underneath.
Does that give you the diphthong?
You got dang betcha.
All right.
And I'm not wearing it today, though.
What?
Oh,
It's a bright sunny day. Why not?
oh. That
You don't want to
gives...
see that, folks.
No.
You don't wanna
Hey,
see
well, I'm
that.
going to cut this out of it.
Okay.
It'll be edited because that would be horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it gives that overtone series, I think, that sounds a lot like a P90. So when we're listening to the demos of the pickups, we can hear this overtone series, besides the fact that these guys could sound like a chainsaw, too. They can really do a lot of stuff.
You know, and I've read somewhere that these have the same amount of windings on them as a single coil pickup as the double coil pickups. The double coil pickups have, like, I think 5,000 winds on each coil.
I think
And
that's
this
right.
has 10,000 on one coil.
Yikes. And it's also, it's very narrow so that the coil is wound out wide. It's a narrower bobbin size this way, height-wise, than a humbucking. A humbucking is taller.
Aye.
So does any of this make a difference? I think everything makes a difference.
Everything has
Everything
some
makes
sort
a
of
difference.
effect. Yep.
Let's hear
All right,
some.
Let's do it.
56 Les Paul Special. This guitar, the readings on it are the resistance on the coils. The neck is actually a little bit over 8K, and the bridge is under that, 7.76, which is pretty, you know, the idea of having a bridge pickup wound hotter makes sense, but it's not necessarily what they did. They were just taking them out of a box, right?
Right.
And putting them in a guitar to sell.
They did.
Yeah, and so it could be reversed. Here's something. Maybe the idea of a vintage set, a real vintage set, is really that you don't actually even know what it is. You just get, and that's what it is.
Put it in a box, shake them
Put it
up,
in a box.
and grab them.
Since a lot of people are not necessarily playing solos all the time on their electric guitars, I'll play a little rhythm thing, start on the neck, and then you can critique it.
Okay.
You like that?
I do.
Huh?
Jazz.
Huh?
It's a
No,
jazz
no,
chord.
no. It's folk. It's jazz folk. It's new. A lot of young people are playing.
it's-
Hey,
It's
just
folked up all right.
let's try this then. Okay, Mr. Hypercritical. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Single note stuff. You can hear that compression in that amplifier a bit. You know, it's really a characteristic of P90s, especially Les Paul Juniors, is that they they really have a lot of voltage or something. Even though that this is an under 8K wind, it also has 2 magnets in it. I don't know, you know, what the deal is there as far as how that pencils out magnetically, but that amplifier is taking a beating on there. So that's the 56 with both pickups. Let's move on.
And we've had people want to know what gauge strings you have on some of these.
Yeah, we've mentioned this, 9.5s. We're using 9.5s. We're stringing all of guitars with ThroBaks now. We have an arrangement with John there that he has these strings made, and they're the 9.5 through 44s. We'll talk about that a little bit more at the end and give you an address.
All right.
Let's move on. Next up is Onamac Windery. We have got a number of pickups, at least 3 sets from Rylander there. He's on Camino Island.
Yes.
Which is Onamac spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are his, what do they call these? Well, they call them his P90. Doesn't say anything on the box about it, but Kerry also is no longer selling on eBay. He got tired of eBay, so you have to find him on his Facebook page, and he's developing his own website. So that's, I think, still pretty successful for him. But that's how you'd find them in case you're going. You used to be able to find these on eBay. This set is, we put these on our Fluke meter, which is, you know, has a Fluke is a brand.
Oh, I thought it said flute.
Yeah,
Meter.
yeah, that's on another show. I play the flute, and then you give me a review. Maybe we'll do it later on this show. This guy, the bridge is over 9, and this one is 8.5. So those are a little bit hotter than the stock guy from Gibson in 1956. Anywho. Neck pickup. Yep. Oop. Whatever one.
That's why they done writ it down here.
Rhythm, treble.
That's right.
What if it doesn't have a ring on it? You might spend a little more time on that, eh? Yeah. function on this also is that they have a reverse wound, reverse polarity pickup here. Kind of like on a Strat, you know, so when you put them on in parallel, it does a noise cancellation, which can be handy. Let's see if that's actually true. Oh.
Okay.
Whoa.
How about?
Not the same. In the case of a reverse wind polarity, they have to be pretty much in parallel. As you back one of the pickups off, it changes that balance between the two, and the noise can creep back in. I'll start backing off the neck pickup. See? Kind of has a little of that fluctuation going on there. Anyway, so those are the Onamac Winderies.
Sound good.
Yeah.
Nice pickup.
Next up are the ThroBak P90s so far. These are the KZ90s. Thanks, John, for sending us these. We also have a P90 and a humbucking mount that we will save for another show down the road. On this one, the wind on these is 7.98 on the neck and 8.13 on the bridge. He uses a long A4 magnet, 2 of them. Has age covers on them, and they look pretty aged. I think he makes them aged or not aged or real aged. He grinds them up in a grinder and says real aged. Yeah, and that's got to cost a little bit. See what these guys sound like. Start with the neck. These pickups are not wound with that reverse wind thing. So when you are on, it's because it's vintage correct. So that's the way that John does that. So there are those guys.
You know, they're pretty quiet, regardless.
Yeah, this is a noisy room. We have fluorescent fixtures up here. Our usual lighting crew are on strike again. Yeah, I know.
We need more money.
I know. Next up are the organic pickups, which you may remember from the Humbucking Shootout 9 that we did a set of their humbuckings.
Mm-hmm.
They sent us some P90s, which are called the P90s. And they are in Chile, so that's always interesting, you know, people around the world making these pickups. Another interesting thing is the wind on them. Very low wind, so this neck pickup on our meter comes in right around 5.9, a little below 6, and the bridge is right about 7K. It has an A2 magnet in it. So it's, maybe we'll see construction-wise, it's different from some of the other pickups. We'll see if it makes a difference in the way that it sounds. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Bridge. I could definitely feel that it was a little bit underwound. I kind of had to bang on it a little bit more, but you know, some of it could be done with just raising the pickup up. One interesting thing for you guys at Organic is two things. One, the pickup cover is a little too wide to fit into a stock Gibson. So these are the ThroBak covers that do fit nicely into there. This pickup just looks like it's an aftermarket pickup maybe. It's too thick. So the other thing is, when you ship these pickups, you should probably put a longer lead on them, as I had to splice into the bridge and to make a neck pickup in order to make a nice, really clean one. It takes a little bit. So something that you guys might want to do. But it seemed to have some pretty good clarity to it.
Yeah.
Not as much gain as some of the others, but with the wind and the A2 magnet. So did we gain clarity? I don't know.
Sounded good.
Yeah, sounded pretty good.
Sounded good.
Super. You remember in the last humbucking shootout, we had the Rylander pickups in there, and I misspelled Rylander. I put an H in there, which I'm not doing now. Anyway, this is the P90 that he sent us. Cool box. Love the.
Unbelievable. It's wooden.
It is
Look
wood.
how it's all
It is wood.
like the almost dovetailed.
Yeah. You know, the presentation of these pickups that we're getting from a number of people is really very good, and it's so great to see a innovative thing like this where he's actually made the cuts to make it a hinge. This particular pickup is called the RP9G Grit, and it's the neck is 8.6K, right around in that vicinity. The bridge is 8.85, right around that vicinity. Also reverse wind, reverse polarity, so it does the noise canceling thing on it. Rylander's, he's from Canada, as we mentioned in that other show. And he made the Muckbucker, which actually was a pretty amazing sounding pickup too. But you guys could check out that humbucking Shootout 9, I think it was in. Canada, right there.
Yeah.
Right there. a bit of a buzz saw, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
This definitely seems like it's higher gain. It's a little bit hard to tell what exactly is going on with P90s because they have this tendency to compress amplifiers more so than humbuckings from what I'm listening to.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like it has pretty good overtones to it.
It does.
It's probably reflective of the of that bridge, which is 9.3, and that's, you know, we've used the meter on it. It's in that ballpark right in there. Well, thanks for those guys.
Hey,
Yeah. I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it.
Rylander.
Buy it for the pickup. Get the box. So, as a sidebar, we're going to take a look at another guitar that had single coil pickups, but not P90s that Gibson was offering back in the day. And also because people have asked us about them a little bit. And that's the Melody Maker.
Yeah.
We actually don't own a Melody Maker, but Denny Bixby, a musician in town here, does. And so we...
I thought he was a bass player.
He's both, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's... let's use it as another example. You heard of Paul McCartney?
Yeah.
Bass guy?
The Beastie Boys?
Yeah, Beastie Boys. Bass player of Beastie Boys. He also played some of the guitar solos on some of the Beastie Boys songs, like Tax Boy by Beastie Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, that was actually Paul playing that. But we digress. Well, actually, he was playing it on his Casino. I think that's what they called it. With P90s on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we covered all the bases on that. This one is a 63. They started making the Melody Maker in 1959, and it was a single cut and like a junior. We actually have a junior here, and we want to do a little comparison because the finish is kind of similar. The junior has, well, you know, they varied a bit because they were all sprayed by hand, but you see how much wider it is around the body, thinner like this. So that the initial Melody Makers were single cut like this. The bodies are thinner, as we can see if we put that junior up. So this was the lowest price guitar that Gibson made, and then this became the lowest price. In 1960, they went to two pickups like this. In 61, they went to the double cut like this. In 63, they modified the double cut a little bit wider, which is what this one is. And in 64, they went to the SG style, like all the rest of them. Something I didn't know, in 67, they offered the Melody Maker in a 12-string version.
Oh,
Isn't that weird?
I knew that.
Non-P90s, these really look like Stratocaster pickups, don't they?
They do.
And so we'll just play this just for a second, just to get an idea of what it sounds like. Thanks, Denny, for loaning this to us. It's the neck pickup. Bridge, wherever the volume is, here it is. probably noticed that they are single coils and they're noisy as they move it around like that. Anyway, we thought we would just kind of check that out and see what they look like.
It's great.
Yeah.
Big frets.
Yep, typical frets of the time, the kind of a little bit wider. So they're cozy, they feel okay. Probably still has a Brazilian rosewood board in it. Yeah, see a lot of these guitars actually modified over the years with different pickups put in them because they're kind of, you know, they're wiener. Melody Maker. P90s, wow, what a tone fest that was. Huge fan of them, just really. And I'm a huge fan of this guitar too.
I am too.
Yeah.
They're great. Great guitars and great sounding pickups.
Super great. Hey, let's tell them about our website.
Okay.
The DougAndPatShow.com. You can go there and you can buy snappy apparel, not unlike what I'm wearing right now.
I like that shirt.
It's nice, isn't it? And we have all kinds of stuff. You can also go and order the types of strings that we use on the show. We're using the 9.5 through 44 gauge nickel wound hex core that we get from ThroBak, and you can order those strings through there if you're curious about what we use. That's what we use. We checked out all the other types of strings, and we like those. Also, our Chasing Oscar project.
Right.
Chasing Oscar project is we have a minute-and-a-half demo instrumentally called Chasing Oscar because it's about chasing the amazing 58 Les Paul named Oscar. And I play the different guitars and different pickups exactly the same every single time. Same amp, same player, same microphones. Everything's the same except for the thing that we're trying to demo, which is usually pickups or a guitar. I think that's how that works.
That's the same setting on the amp also.
Everything's exactly
right
the same. Exactly the same. What about some future shows? I thought you were saying something about some Marshalls.
Yeah, you had all kinds of people want us to do a Marshall show, and so we can round up some 50-watt Marshalls and
50 watts.
50 watts.
Hey, we have some neighbors around the Doug and Pat Show studios.
That's not my concern because I don't live here.
I'll probably be able to get to know some of them better.
Well,
I'm into
sure
it.
they'll come knocking at your door.
I'm into it. I'm completely into it.
We'll do a silver jubilee and maybe 69 plexi and on down. Just see what the subtle differences there are between them.
Yeah.
Or major differences.
Yeah. Playing maybe through some old greenbacks and maybe some newer ones.
Yeah.
That'd be good. How about why don't we do another blindfold test? I think it's time for that too.
Yeah.
Or can you guess which guitar would be, let's say, the 60 burst Jane or the Tokai with the no-name pickups in it? Who really knows what the difference is? And a variety of other guitars that we would have in there.
Let your ears do the talking.
Yeah. There you go. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Doug.
And I'm Pat.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.